Hey everyone, Brobuscus here, and welcome back to another Let's Watch of Death Battle. Today's episode, we got Kai from Ninjago versus the Toa Tahu from Bionicle. As always, before we get into it, of course, there should be a link in the description below. You can go watch the actual episode yourself. Go support the official release before watching some random guy on YouTube react to it, okay? Got it? Cool. So... Who the hell expected this one? I mean, Ninjago versus Bionicle is a pairing that makes sense, especially considering they're both Lego. But I don't think anyone expected Kai and Tahu specifically. But I am not complaining. I don't know if you know this. It's a little hard to tell, probably. I kind of like Ninjago. I just bought that during the wait. I built that on stream actually. You can go check that out. Yeah, I am a big Ninjago fan. I've watched the entirety of the original show. I've watched most of Dragon's Rising. I have not seen the most recent season. I will get to that shortly, I assume. Depending on how busy I'm going to be for this next time, depending on what it is. Yeah, I've collected quite a few of those Lego sets. I don't have them anymore, but I know that I at one point did. I actually don't know what ended up happening to them. They probably got they probably were given away during like a move or something. I just realized my coin is... There we go. Anyway, yeah. On the flip side, I am interested in Bionicle. I've not gotten into it very much. Me and my friends did watch Bionicle Mask of Light, and I'm gonna be honest, that movie really didn't do much for any of us. We also watched a long play of the Bionicle video game. And while it wasn't great either, we were all kind of making big commentary over the voice cast because it was crazy. And I never got any of the sets, and now I don't think I ever will because those sets, buying those sets secondhand, you might as well be buying a house. I'm kidding, but exaggeration to make a point. You know how it goes. So by virtue of the fact that I've actually watched Ninjago, and given I haven't gotten super into Bionicle, I think you can kind of tell where my biases lie here. It helps that Kai is probably my favorite character. I mean, I like all of them. Like when it comes to all the ninja, I like all of them relatively equally. But Kai has always been kind of just up there, you know. It's childhood bias. I like red. I like swords, and I like fire. So Kai was kind of the Kai was kind of the perfect character type for me as a kid, and that kind of continued into now. I imagine I'd like Tahu well enough if I got more into Bionicle. Since I haven't, I'm rooting for Kai here. Which is good because I think I'm fairly certain he should win this. It really seems to me like Kai, while Tahu has a lot of like really good masks, he can only use one at a time, and they each only grant him like specific powers. Like if he puts on a mask of speed, now he can't use like shielding. If he puts on a mask of the mask of time, he now can't use the mask of speed. Kai, meanwhile, his best shots are all natural. Like, it's basically just like Tahu has to rely on. This is my understanding, of course, is that Tahu has to rely on very specific masks and like not combinations, but like he has to think, oh, well, this mask isn't working, let me put on another one, and then that mask doesn't work, it's like, okay, let me put on another one, and then that mask doesn't work. And the fact that they only grant like one ability, whereas Kai gets all of his, it's not a great position to be in, especially when Kai's best option to win is pulling the Asta trick, which is I have to hit him really hard, which is really what Kai's MO is anyway. So, so yeah, just a lot stronger. I would probably argue more skilled as a fighter. Tahu's got quite a bit of experience, but a lot of like Tahu's old, but a lot of his time was sealed away. Even still, I'd probably argue Kai is better as a fighter, but Tahu's better just like as a warrior. Does that make sense? And then like Atoa's big thing is like Nova Blast, which is like this giant screw you nuke. Not only do I think Kai would survive it, and not only do I think he would use that fire to form a Spinjitzu burst, but once Tahu uses the blast, he is now drained of his power. So basically, if a Nova Blast doesn't work, he's dead. He's not winning. So yeah, that's kind of the direction I think I'm going, but I'm not gonna lie, there is a huge bit of nervousness in my gut that's telling me that Tahu might win this. Maybe I'm just super invested in this one, and maybe I'm just burned out over how many times I've had my preferred characters and the characters that I've researched lose on this show since they went independent. But maybe this will be the curse breaker. Apparently I get one win a year, and I met that quota this year already with Metal Sonic, so here's hoping. Let's do the whip.
Kai versus Tahu.
Who wins in an all-out brawl between Ninjago and Bionicle? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay.
The year was 1998 when LEGO introduced us to the world of the Ninja.
Who could forget such classics as Ninpo Big Bat and Ninja Surprise? And the surprise is death!
The near death of the LEGO company, in fact. But then, out of the shadows, a decade later, the Ninja returned, remade, rebuilt.
Ninjago!
The story of Ninjago starts in the village of Ignacia. Kai was a simple blacksmith trying to get by with his sister, Nia. Mm-hmm. Not that he had the patience for his line of work.
Kai's fiery streak couldn't be matched. It happens when your parents mysteriously vanish.
And that streak continued when some skeleton men kidnapped his sister, and Kai learned that within him lay the power of fire.
Thanks to the guidance of Master Wu, he ditched the hammer and anvil and did what any good brother would do. Become a ninja!
And after some intense training and a bit of spilled tea, Kai mastered the special technique of Spinjitzu.
Look at him go! He's like a living Beyblade!
Well, it's actually a precise use of perfect balance to deliver dozens of focused strikes in rapid.
Yeah, Tornado Ninja, got it. He can fly, pull in foes, and summon his elemental power all around. And you know what that is.
Fire!
Yes, Kai can throw fireballs, resist extreme heat, form protective barriers
so we got dragon
of flame,
form.
and
That's
even
good.
conjure a fiery rising dragon. basically shifting his spinjitzu into a more powerful draconic form.
So Kai teamed up with Master Wu's other students, Jay, Cole, and Zane, to make a team of teenage ninjas. The Lego kind, not the turtle kind.
On a mission to gather the 4 golden weapons and defeat the evil Lord Garmadon.
He's the one who kidnapped Kai's sis. But hey, I've seen the Lego movie. This should be easy. He's a Lego mini guy. If he gets cut up, he just pops back together.
Nope. Ninjago treats their characters like actual people, not Lego pieces. Except for in the movie, but that's part of the Lego movie continuity, not Ninjago itself.
Oh, so Kai can take a hit, but he's not putting himself back together like everything is awesome. Huh.
Which makes his quest all the more perilous. Long ago, the golden weapons were forged by the first Spinjitzu master to create the continent of Ninjago. Kai eventually gained the Golden Sword of Fire, through which he can channel his elemental power. Fire.
So much so that if Kai is surrounded by a bunch of fire, he can use it all for a mega-sized Spinjitzu burst.
Unfortunately, Kai wasn't the easiest teammate to work with. Eager to rescue Nia, he went it alone, until he was tricked into helping Garmadon escape imprisonment. Whoops.
Yeah, bummer. But it wasn't all bad. They got all the golden weapons. And with his sister rescued, Kai vowed to become a real elemental master and prove he wasn't just hot air.
So he got to
Wow, they're
train
putting true potential
when
in
he
a-
wasn't
in a
slacking
tab?
off and
That's
playing video
interesting.
games. Befitting a ninja and a pro gamer, Kai is a master of stealth, can climb any surface, and is incredibly fast.
He's dodged lightning and is even a match with Jay, who could outrun his own elemental dragon.
Which, according to the Ninjago Visual Dictionary, can apparently fly at light speed. Yes, this is an official book.
If that wasn't enough, other ninja like Cole are so strong they can shake an entire mountain.
So even as a wild child, Kai's team kept him in check across a dozen seasons of blocky ninja action, where, frankly, nothing was off the table.
Who can forget the virtual world season, the time travel season, the ghost season, really anything that would sell toys.
Meaning, Kai picked up plenty of ninja gear. Swords, grappling hooks, shurikens, a motorcycle, a wingsuit for flight, but swords of fire remained his weapons of choice.
Once, when Garmadon combined the golden weapons into a mega weapon, Kai and his bros went to the past to get them back, then pushed themselves to the limit, using the golden weapons to overload the mega weapon with so much energy, it exploded into a star.
While this did destroy the golden weapons, creating enough energy to ignite a star is absurd. For a mass to become a star, it must first cross a critical temperature threshold of approximately 4 million degrees Celsius.
And over time, Kai's fire got so strong, he could melt down those same golden weapons.
But no matter how powerful he became, Kai's hot-headedness kept getting in his own way.
Come on, Kai oozes main character energy. He was sure to get the title of Green Ranger, Green Ninja, the one destined to be the leader of the team and take down Garmadon once and for all, right?
No.
Nope.
Kai was chosen by Master Wu, but that didn't mean he was the chosen one. That honor belonged to the up-and-comer Lloyd, who happened to be Garmadon's son and Wu's nephew.
Typical Nepo, baby. But even if Kai wasn't the chosen one, he still had a big role to play in protecting Lloyd.
In a surprising act of humility, Kai chose to guide Lloyd until he could defeat Garmadon. And the threats just got wilder from there.
But he always rose to the challenge. Kai's defeated Karloff, the Master of Metal, and trained Wildfire, the Master of Heat.
With his teammates, he took down the Great Devourer, a snake goddess that could consume the continent, and Notakon, a djinn that could lift half of Ninjago's landmass into the sky.
And when these crystal weirdos had him on the ropes, Kai did a jump up, kick back, whip around, and spin to achieve his ultimate power, the Dragon Form.
With this, Kai gets a huge boost in power, can fight on par with demonic Onis, and can even harm the Overlord, the source of all evil in the world, who was as strong as the first Spinjitzu master. Remember? The creator of Ninjago itself.
Then, by uniting with his pals, they summoned a giant golden dragon that obliterated the Overlord. Sayonara, sucker! That's the power of found family and money.
Kai's journey took him far and wide, where he beat the odds time and time again. Because, hothead chosen one or not, within Kai was the fire of a ninja.
All right.
The upcoming battle is the first ever stop-motion death battle, animated by Apartment D, the creators of Rough Danger Dogs. They've got a ton of awesome stop-motion animations on their channel, like this, or this, or this. Make sure to subscribe to Apartment D's YouTube channel for more awesome animations.
Cool. I'll leave that part in.
It was the
Screw
year 2000, and the
Give
Lego
Apartment D
company
some
was in shambles.
respect.
Straddled with debt and risking closure, they needed a brand new idea to turn things around.
They needed something epic. Something that was Lego, but for big kids. Big kids who loved lore. Enter Bionicle!
Bionicle begins on the island of Mata Nui, when 6 mysterious canisters arrived at the homeland of the biomechanical Matorans.
With help from a weird stone and this little guy Takua, out popped 6 very marketable warriors. The Toa!
They were Kopaka, Gali, Pohatu, Lua, Unua, and their self-proclaimed leader, Tahu.
But what were the Toa? Tahu had no freaking idea.
Is that all
He and the
Lego?
others had no memory of what, who, why, where, all that important stuff. Nothing. Head empty.
But even as an amnesiac hothead, Tahu still wanted to protect the Matorans from a threat lurking behind the scenes.
Lego Sauron! No, wait, not literally. I mean this creepy guy, Makuta, who just loves slaughtering the Matorans with his army of monsters.
Thus, the Toa Mata battled all manner of beasts with their elemental powers. And as the Toa of Fire, you can guess what Tahu was bringing.
Yeah.
Guns! Oh, fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even early on, Tahu could shoot fire, set his sword ablaze, melt thousands of tons of sand into glass, and even stop a volcanic eruption. But even more importantly, he surfs on lava! Oh man, that's so cool! I mean, hot.
Tahu's fire
Stop.
is so hot that it can reportedly melt any known substance. Anything. And on the rare occasion that his own fire isn't enough, he can absorb flames from his foes and surroundings. But it would take all his might to face Matanui's trials and gather the Kanohi masks.
Magic masks that give extra powers, and the Toa scooped up a bunch of them. With his mask of shielding, Tahu can make an energy barrier that blocks all kinds of attacks.
There's also masks of telekinesis, super strength, super speed, and X-ray vision. And from his mentor, Vakama, Tahu gained the Mask of Time.
While its power puts a serious strain on the user, it's worth the risk when it can slow targets to a standstill. Plus, these masks can be swapped out whenever Tahu wants, thanks to a cyber totem that stores them all.
Which came in handy as the Toa battled monsters across Mata Nui.
Like the Avoca, a beast that could fire lightning, which Tahu had to dodge multiple times.
But even from the start, Tahu was a lone wolf who preferred going solo, even if it meant leaving his Toa brethren in the dark.
Tahu tried to take on some big bads all by himself,
Big
and it went even worse than you think.
Yeah.
He lost his powers, and he lost all the rest of his team's powers. Awkward.
But Tahu kept pushing forward, accepting his team as his siblings, overcoming his weaknesses, and rebuilding himself. Literally.
By jumping into a pool of liquefied cyber juice to become the Toa Nuva. Now boasting twin magma swords and later some slick adaptive armor, Tahu can fly and
It
use
is really
his
sick
fire in
looking
new
armor.
supercharged ways.
He can conjure fire cages, create lava pits, and steal the heat from other living beings. So much so that the process freezes them solid. As the Toa Nuva, Tahu and his team are among the strongest generations of Toa. Just as mighty as a much later iteration, the Toa Inaika.
Who defeated Umbra, a living beam of light. It was tough, but with some clever thinking and a mirror trap, they used Umbra's own super speed against him.
But perhaps Tahu's most impressive ability is the Forbidden Technique. The move no Toa wants to use, because the absolute annihilation that it causes is unforgivable.
The Nova Blast.
Using all of his elemental energy at once, Tahu can unleash a blast so powerful that it can potentially destroy all of Mata Nui. Not Mata Nui the island, oh no. Mata Nui is also the planet. And not just any planet, but a living celestial being that became a planet.
Oh boy, here we go. If you think stuff like Warhammer and Elder Scrolls have too much lore, you're not ready for Bionicle lore. Don't even get me started on the shattering of Sphere's magma and the betrayal of the League of Six Kingdoms and...
But more than any physical power, Tahu was learning that a good leader isn't just one who leads, but is willing to be led. And so, he faced Mata Nui's final trial, the Mask of Light.
The legendary Toa of Light was destined to defeat Makuta and save Mata Nui. It's obviously gonna be main character Tahu, right? right?
Nope.
Of course not. Turns out, the Toa of Light was Takua.
Oh yeah, the little guy who opened the capsules at the very beginning.
The Toa
Yep.
were tasked with guiding this new member, something Tahu found surprising, but ultimately accepted for the good of the group.
Good thing, too, because they needed to be a solid team when they finally learned their true purpose. The whole reason they were built in the first place, waking up God.
Long ago, the great spirit Matanui charted the depths of space until the Makuta Pterodax poisoned Matanui like a cancer. Tahu and the Toa were meant to act like white blood cells, protecting the heart of Matanui and, should he fall, resurrect him.
Yeah, Makuta Matata's whole plan was to amass an army, hijack Robo-Planet Matanui, and rule the universe. And he actually pulled it off.
But Tahu and his team were ready to fight back, with every generation of Toa joining together to reawaken Matanui.
Then, alongside the Toa of Light, Tahu went on an epic quest for his final toy variant. Upgrade. The Golden Armor. Screw you, Takua. He's getting a gold mask anyway.
This armor not only increases Tahu's own power by several hundred magnitudes, but also absorbs the powers of those it defeats for Tahu to use. Just in time for all the Toa to come together for the final battle of good versus evil. Matanui versus Makuta Pterodax.
Giant Planet Mech versus Giant Planet Mech. Oh man, that's awesome.
With his new armor, Tahu annihilated Makuta's forces, destroying the slug-like Krata and taking their powers, like heat vision, quick healing, teleportation, improved accuracy, and disintegration.
And giving Matanui the chance to strike down Makuta for good. Lego God was pretty spent though. But before he took a well-deserved nap, he trusted his final message and the new world to Tahu. I guess he really is the main character.
Tahu led the way for the Toa, Matorans, and all the other peoples to create a new world. One for all Toa to see, shoulder to shoulder, united in duty and bound in destiny. For that is
Nice.
the way of the Bionicle.
Okay.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a stop-motion death battle!
Pause. Oh, my heart. I am so nervous for this. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm just knocking stuff over. That's freaking awesome. Okay. I still want to say Kai. I feel like I'm reading way too far into this. Okay, from the values they gave, it sounds like the Nova Blast would actually kill Kai. But also, it's still a big thing of fire. Kai can use that. But then also, Kai's heat should be a lot hotter, right? They didn't really give any, I mean, I guess there's the melt anything line, but that feels like such a no limits fallacy. Oh, I'm worried. I'm gonna have admittedly, I'm probably gonna have questions if Kai doesn't win. But I don't know. They really hyped up Tahu. I'm scared. But I also want to get this right, so like I want to be able to predict it right. I don't want to just lean into either bias or going against my bias. so that I'm not disappointed. Okay. Kai does have a lot of weapons that they talk about, but they just kind of like brought it up and then moved on. Because like I know Tahu has like a mask that can like make him invisible, either invisible or intangible, one or the other. But Kai has the reveal blade, which has allowed him to see invisible beings and cut through them, even though they were basically like spirits. Okay, so Kai can keep up with Jay, who can outrun his faster than light lightning dragon. Both of them have dodged lightning, but Kai can keep up with Jay. There was another Toa that was like keeping up with someone who wasn't keeping up, but he fought someone who was like a living beam of light. I don't know how much that's gonna. They didn't really mention that there was any sort of like reaction to the light beam. There wasn't any like movement that they brought up. So I don't know if they're gonna like take that into consideration. Or like I don't know how they're gonna consider that. It sounds like Kai is stronger than Tahu without the Nova Blast. It comes back down to one major thing for me, is that Tahu's win conditions, Nova Blast aside, and even then, the Nova Blast is something that he probably wouldn't really use because of how dangerous it is. So what this comes down to for me is it's the same thing I said before, is that Tahu's win conditions are very specific. He has to use specific masks to get the upper hand, and one mask in particular, that Mask of Time, does put a strain on the user. Kai's win condition, meanwhile, is just hitting him really freaking hard, which is something Kai is probably just gonna do anyway. So it seems to me like Tahu has to play this absolutely perfectly in order to win, like not make any mistake whatsoever. And making mistakes is kind of in both of their hot-headed nature. So I think I'm still gonna go with Kai. But oh my god, I cannot shake this nervousness away. I just need to watch this fight so I can finally breathe. And we're just getting into it. Okay. First stop motion fight. This is going to be very interesting.
Man, the merge brought some weird ones. Let's see what you can do. Get off this island, pal, or you'll be nothing but hot ash.
Oh. Good start.
Spin Jitsu! I will not break! Another master of fire, huh? Why is it always me?
Oh, nice.
Time to heat things up. Ninjago!
Yeah, it counters that. Well, it's still holding up. Wow, you're busting that out fast. Kai. Nice.
Dodge this!
Oh, geez. Okay. That's freaking cool.
Surf's up!
Lock in, Kai. Oh, air jitsu, nice.
With jump up, kick back, whip around, and spin, that's the way of the ninja!
Interesting. Ooh. Oh no.
United in duty. Bound in destiny.
I forgot about the armor.
This is the way of the Bionicle!
Come on, Kai.
Now or never. Matanui, forgive me.
If this doesn't work, Tahu's done. Spinjitzu burst.
First time for everything. Full power, Ninjago!
Get him, Kai! Oh my god.
Guess I was too hot for him.
Oh, thank God!
KO! No, wait, that figure was binned!
This match was not an easy call.
Oh, I
Let's
can
build this
breathe
set by
now.
examining their speed, arsenal, and power.
First up, speed. With all that fire spinning around, staying one step ahead was super important. Tahu could dodge Avoca's lightning, but Kai and the rest of the OG ninjas are as quick as dragons that move at light speed.
Meanwhile, the Toa and Nika could not keep up with Umbra, a light speed entity. and the Bionicle are similar in stats to the Toa Nuva.
Tahu definitely got a leg up with that golden armor, but Kai's got way more speed amps, like Rising Dragon, Air Jitsu, and the Dragon Form. Speed goes to Kai.
However, while Kai was running circles around Tahu, the Toa's arsenal had plenty of counters.
Kai's packing flaming swords, wingsuits, supercars, motorcycles, even a mech or two. All cool stuff, but Tahu can stop time.
Exactly. With all the Konohi masks plus the Krata powers, the Toa of Fire had plenty of abilities Kai did not have a direct answer for. In theory,
Fair.
the Mask of Time alone could nullify Kai's speed advantage.
Yeah, too bad it hurts real bad to use. Like, really, really bad. Just one use almost took out Vakama. There's a reason why the Toa don't whip this out every time there's a new monster of the week.
So Tahu could not reliably depend on the Mask of Time for a win without serious risk of a self-KO. But he has dozens of other unique powers. The masks of shielding, speed, and strength help him keep up with Kai. Add in golden armor powers like heat vision, quick healing, and improved accuracy, and Tahu has the wider arsenal. A lucky shot with disintegration could be enough to tip the scale.
Yeah,
Sure.
if Kai didn't dodge with his way better speed. So this all comes down to power. Firepower! Tahu's best move is the Nova Blast, which can wipe out a planet. But Kai's power created a friggin' star. You know, classic ninja
Yeah.
move. The Ninja Star!
Well, a star was made, that's been confirmed multiple times, but it was a team effort utilizing all the golden weapons. Kai is clearly not blasting people with the power of a star on a regular basis, but neither is Tahu with the Nova Blast, a move we technically have never actually seen reach planetary levels of destruction, only heard about.
Yeah, the Toa
Fair.
usually battle monsters that can break mountains, like the Bow-Rock, while Kai and Co. fight foes who tear apart the entire continent of Ninjago. It's not like Tahu was throwing hands with Super Mecha Makuta. That was Manui's job. Still, the Star and Nova Blasts are their absolute peaks.
A star's gravitational binding energy far exceeds that of a planet's.
Yeah.
Even dividing it between the four weapons vastly exceeds any of Tahu's best showings.
And hey, Kai's still the one who lit the fire! His own flame can melt the golden weapons, and even this official guidebook confirms they've got the combined power of a star. That's right, Ninjago's got that epic lore too!
Furthermore, Tahu's fire can reportedly
Stop.
melt any known substance. Giving benefit of the doubt and taking this literally, the material with the highest known melting point in the universe is tantalum hafnium carbide, an extremely rare compound that NASA likes to test rockets with because it doesn't melt until around 4,000 degrees Celsius. Extremely impressive.
Yeah, but when you're talking stars, melting point kinda goes out the window.
Yeah.
Indeed, initiating stellar fusion requires temperatures in excess of 4 million degrees. Far higher than anything Tahu has generated or survived. Certainly capable of overwhelming him, even with all his defenses.
So the Red Ninja is bringing in a whole lot more firepower.
While it's possible Tahu's wider arsenal could land a victory, Kai's significant advantages in speed and power means he wins this more often than not.
Kai took fire to a whole new level, and Tahu just had to let go.
The winner is the Red Ninja, Kai.
Next time
All right.
on Death Battle.
What's this? Is this? It's Shadow versus Mewtwo.
Subscribe and join as a member
All right.
to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
I had a feeling. Oh, I'm not ready for that. Okay. Guess I gotta. Oh, I can do both. But I'm probably gonna head back into the Sonic Mines. All right, well, that's cool. That's one that needed a revisit for a while. I don't think anyone's denying that the original episode of Mewtwo vs. Shadow is not great. But you know, so it's good that it's getting a revisit. I know people are gonna freak out over it being Shadow's 4th episode, but I don't really care. I think it makes sense to do this one again. And it'll be a fun pairing, and it should be a really fun episode. I would hope so anyway. That's got a lot of that's gonna have some eyes on it, considering the quality of the original episode. But I have faith. But yeah, that'll be a fun episode. I like that. I like that match a lot. I like both characters a lot. And it'll be good to see a modern take on both characters, really. Especially since like, I know Shadow's had his fight with Ryuko since then, but Mewtwo hasn't had anything. And quite frankly, we haven't had a legendary Pokemon in that time. I know people are going to bring up Solgaleo, but that's from the anime. We're now getting a legendary Pokemon from the games. So, but like since Mewtwo's last episode, Ash aside, we've had Lucario and Machamp. Those are not legendary Pokemon, so this at least gives us a higher, like a higher hierarchy, really, for lack of a better term, to think about for Pokemon than Lucario or Machamp would. And given it's from the games as well, at least I would assume it's game Mewtwo. I would be shocked if it wasn't. It offers a different level of scaling than... It offers different scaling things to talk about than Ash did. So, yeah, I have no problem with this being next. To be honest, I have no problem with this happening at all. I know people are going to freak out, but I don't have a problem with it. I'm actually really, really excited for that. As for this fight, that was sick. That is easily my favorite episode of the year. The stop motion was really good. The writing was fantastic. That, like, I was kind of concerned that given the nature of this being a stop motion episode, like given its new territory, I was kind of concerned that they were going to lean quite a bit into lean into the novelty of it. Lean into the novelty of it being a stop motion episode, while the characterization was kind of taking a bit of a back seat. I'm happy to say, at least for Kai, I can't speak on Tahu, but for Kai, that wasn't the case. His character was pretty much on point. I'm in a bit of two minds about the voice. Not that it was a bad performance. It was a great performance. I just hear more of Kevin Andrew Rivera's voices as like Dimitri and Joker than something like Vincent Tong. But it was still a good performance, and Tahu sounded pretty good too. I can't speak on accuracy to the source material. I've only seen Mask of Light. I know Tahu's had quite a bit of voices, not just Scott McNeil. But for a performance, as far as like just getting the performances down, both of them did a good job. Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot of complaints with this one. This was a really good episode. I like this one a lot. But I should go ahead and skedaddle because I have something to do before I go about editing this video. So I am going to leave you all to I don't know, go watch another reaction video. I don't freaking know. Go about your day and enjoy this fight again because this was a really good one. So with that being said, that's all I got to say. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.